Hey everybody, Dr. Tim Turlop here. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of our 3 Minutes to Vitality. And this week I wanted to touch base a little bit about symptoms. Something that actually is pretty significant to each of us. Because when we feel badly. It's pretty obvious stuff. And as one of our patients used to say, it feels good to feel good. And that really is true. But one thing that is confusing to many of us is we think that when we feel good, we are good. Unfortunately, symptoms are the worst yardstick by which you can measure your health. We want to make sure that we understand that. Because when you think about all the biggest killers in our country, from heart disease, cancer, and stroke, the big three. Heart disease, how long does it take before I ever feel a heart attack? Anywhere between 10 and 20 years before I get the first symptom. And the first symptom for more than 50% of heart disease sufferers is die. Big first symptom. Cancer, number 2 killer in our country. When do we get a symptom from a cancer? How long have you had the colon cancer? How long have we actually had a brain tumor? How long have we actually had something going on with multiple myeloma? With whatever form of cancer it is, how long before we get the first symptom? Again, typically 10 to 25 years before we actually get that. Stroke, same thing. Most of them are actually ischemic strokes. They're not the kind that blow up. So 90+% of them, they would get a plug, a loose plaque, usually from our lifestyle. When does that happen? It's usually, that one's pretty subtle, but it actually is almost always the end result of, again, 10 or 20 years of lifestyle shifts that create the plaques that then break off, that then cause the little plugging in the artery. Amazing stuff. But sometimes when we feel sick, we're really well. So when I eat poison mushrooms, when I eat, a piece of salmon or something that's bad, right? And then within 2 or 3 hours, I don't feel well. And all of a sudden I'm in the bathroom for the next 10 hours, and I don't know whether to sit on the commode or to stick my face in there, right? That's a horrible position to be in, and I feel sick. But my body's doing exactly what it should do to get rid of the toxin, to get rid of the pathogen, the disease-causing agent that will make me ill. So it's actually quite healthy and doing exactly what it's supposed to do, although it doesn't feel like it. Interesting, isn't it? Because symptoms can be very, very fooling, which is why we want to make sure that we deal with wellness care and sometimes what we call maintenance, to maintain the good order of being and not gauge it based on how we feel. So things like mammograms, colonoscopies, yearly blood studies, yearly EKGs, that sort of thing, those are really great at early detection. They detect disease early, but they do nothing to prevent our illness because they detect it once it's already been there. What we want to do is do the things that literally protect and prevent problems, not just detect them early. So that's why this week we're spending a little time on symptoms, because we really are born to be innately healthy, to be vital, right? But we have to remove those interferences, and then what we get is vitalistic expression. It's an amazing truth, and it can't be gauged on our symptoms. So don't be fooled, right? And that's it for this edition of 3 Minutes to Vitality, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.